Hello, in this video we will show how to set up a basic VLAN setup with a Cisco switch and also how to set up that switch as a DHCP server. So let's start using VLANs. Okay, VLANs is a layer 2 concept, so we have to use switches for that. So here in GNS3 we'll use one layer 3 switch, one Cisco layer 3 switch. Okay, the beginning when we use a switch, everything is just in one VLAN, in the default VLAN, which is the VLAN 1. So we will start that switch and then we will plug two computers in any port of the switch. I will be using one Alpine Linux, which is one distribution of Linux based on BusyBox, which is a program that is used also in phones, in Android phones and different places. It's just a minimal Linux distribution. Okay, so I have two different computers and I will plug those computers to the switch. Whatever port. Okay, gigabit 001 and the other one would be the gigabit, for example, 10. Let's show the ports. So we'll have the Ethernet 0 in the computers, and then in one we have the gigabyte 00 and the other one the gigabyte 10. Okay, let's start first switch and go to the console. Okay, this is the first switch, the Alpine Linux 1, and here IPA is a suitable command. We have no IP addresses. So first thing, we need one IP address. So we'll work just with command line. The command for setting up one IP address is IP. So IP address, I want to add a new address, and the new address will be, for example, the 10.10.0.10/24, and we want to add that address to the device Ethernet 0. Okay, let's check IPA, and here we've got our new IP address. Okay, let's do the same in the other switch, in the other computer, sorry. Let's start the computer, let's go to a console, and here we got the Alpine 2 console, IPA, no IP address, IP address, add, and we want to put both computers in the same network. So if the first network was 10.10.0.10/24, I have to use a different IP address but from the same network. So it's 10.10.0. For example, 20. Okay, same as /24, and I want to add that to the device Ethernet 0. Ethernet 0. Okay, IPA, here's my IP address, so let's check if we can ping the other computer. So the other one is ping 10.10.0.10. Okay, I'm able to ping the other end and the same in the other side. Ping 10.10.0.20. Okay, working. Perfect. We are using one switch. We think we are not using VLANs and we have just one network. The network we have defined here is the 10.10.0.0/24. Okay, but let's see what happens if we go to the switch and split those interfaces gigabit 00 and gigabit 10 into different VLANs. So going to the console in the switch, Here's our switch. Enable configure terminal, and here we want to change and put those interfaces in different VLANs. So first we'll have to define the VLANs. For defining a VLAN, we should use the command VLAN and then use a number from the VLAN, which could range from 0 to more than 4,000. So VLAN 10. Okay, name. I can put a name to identify that VLAN. VLAN 10, for example. Okay, exit. I have one VLAN defined. Nothing happens, just I could use lots of different VLANs in one switch. Let's define another one. VLAN 20, and let's use a name for it. Okay. One more. Then I have to assign one of those VLANs to gigabit 00 and the other VLAN to gigabit 10. So let's go to set up the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. And here I want to say that that's a switch port for accessing the VLAN 10. So just two commands: switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 10. With those commands, switch port mode access, I'm telling that that port will be an access port, and with that command, switch port access VLAN 10, I'm setting up that interface to use the VLAN 10. Okay, exit, and let's go for the other interface for the gigabit 1/0. Interface gigabit 1/0, and here we have to do the same but with VLAN 20. Switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 20. Okay, we have changed just the switch, but what happens now in our computers? We had two Linux that previously they were able to ping the other side. Let's try now. It does not work. And if I go to the other computer, to the Linux 2, and try to ping the other end, it also won't work. So just changing the switch, just putting both computers with the same network, in the same switch, but using two different VLANs, those two computers are unable to communicate from one to the other. They are now just isolated. There's no way in layer 2 going from Alpine Linux 1 to Alpine Linux 2, because being in different VLANs means that at layer 2 there's no way to communicate one with the other. Okay, we'll continue in the next video.